Hey girl, am I so glad to have you back listening to the show. In today's episode, I'm talking all about belief. Belief that recovery from this terrible, horrifying, very no good, unfortunate eating disorder that has taken over your life, belief that it's possible to overcome it. That's what we're talking about today because I want you to live a life free from the bondage, free from the chains. And if I can do it, then so can you, friend. It's time to start believing in yourself and your dreams and your future and in the possibility that you truly can find freedom. Let's do this. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you. Because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess, trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it. So you can start living your best life as your best self. Hey there, my lovely sister friend. It is so good to be here in your ear today. And I just want to say thank you for being here. I cannot believe we are coming up on our anniversary of the podcast. That is October the 10th. And I'm going to be doing some fun things. So you will want to make sure that you follow the show and that you go on out to our private community, herbestsselfsociety.com. And sis, today we're talking all things belief and how we create that belief. Part of this topic came from a few ladies that I had recent interactions with where they were like, Lindsay, I love what you do, but I just don't know, how do you help these women create that belief that this is possible for them? And I said, that is the hardest thing. It is believing that this is possible. And believe me, girl, I sat right in that place of disbelief, of not even wanting to believe it was possible. And so I completely understand if you're there. And I was talking to these ladies and I was like, you're right. I want to do an episode on this. I want to record some steps to help you overcome these limiting beliefs that just are keeping you here and preventing you from your very best life. And so this episode is for you. If you want to recover, if you're listening to the show, this episode is for you, first of all. But if you want to recover, if you want freedom so badly, if you want a less restrictive life, if you want a less controlled life, if you want a more spontaneous life, if you are tired of running around yourself in circles on the cycle, you are tired of your unhealthy relationship with food and exercise, you are tired and yet you're here. And that's okay. You might even wake up and go, how did I get here? How did this spiral? Belief is all part of how we get out of wherever here is for you right now. A lot of women will stay trapped in this destructive cycle because they just don't believe that freedom's possible for them. Maybe that's you. Maybe you look around, you listen to my story, you listen to guests I've had on the show, and you go, great, Lindsay, like I love that this is an inspirational podcast, but I'm just not sure I fully am bought in to the possibility that I can experience freedom, that I will no longer count calories, that I could actually change. And so today I want to give you some tangible things and takeaways for you to start working through, to take your belief up a notch. Because the reality is that belief can be created, and it is a crucial step in the healing process. But the truth here is that you won't experience healing if you don't lean in. So this conversation I was having with these ladies, they were like, but is it really true? Like, is it really true that if you've counted calories for a majority of your life, or you've restricted your food for a majority of your life, and you've done all these diets, that you can really get out of that place? You can really heal from all of that? And my answer to that is, we are bounce back creatures. Anything is possible for us. The possibility of it being possible is dependent upon your belief. And if you choose to stay in that fixed mindset of I doubt myself, I will always be this way, there's no room for any of that freedom for me, then that is where you will stay. But belief can be created. And it's all part of just challenging the things we're thinking about, changing our mindset, and truly wanting out of where you are right now. I want to talk today about belief and an acronym that is going to help you. If you happen to have a piece of paper lying around, feel free to jot this down. But you can come back to this part of the episode because this is going to help you gain some momentum, some clarity to actually creating the belief in your life that is going to give you those results that you want. Hola, freedom. Okay, so we're going to start with B. B is for begin small. Sis, it is so important to start your path forward with manageable and achievable goals. I have worked with women time after time that have told me they've gone to therapists or they've tried to get better in the past and it just didn't work for them. And when I asked some clarifying questions of why they believed it didn't work for them, it was like they were throwing all the things up, expecting to catch with two hands. And it wasn't working because they were trying to change everything at once. They were trying to create this perfection around recovery. They were trying to heal all the things and do it all in a way that was fast and quick. And one of the reasons why I truly believe that recovery is possible is because when you begin small, you build upon those small steps. This is going to do nothing but create more confidence for you. This is going to reduce overwhelm, and it is going to help you push your progress up a notch because you will gain that momentum. And you will find that, wow, today I did this, and tomorrow I can do that again. And maybe the next day it didn't work out, but I can change gears and I can adjust and I can adapt as needed. And this is what drives sustainable changes in your life. But the first step to creating belief is to begin. You have to start. Just start. Honor where you're at. Honor the road you've traveled up to this point. I don't care how long it's been. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how many times you have been here. It's time to begin. Again, it's okay to honor where you're at. And then celebrating those small but mighty steps forward. Maybe tomorrow we want to have something for breakfast. Maybe you haven't had breakfast in years. Or maybe, for an example, you just want to take a rest day because you are so tired of being tired and you are so tired of overextending yourself and you're so tired of the shame and the voice that comes into your mind when you think about taking a rest day. Doing it, beginning, choosing a small action instead of trying to boil the ocean is what is going to get you believing in you again. That this is possible. The E in belief stands for embrace support. And this one is huge. Working with someone who is specialized in eating disorders and that can help address your underlying doubts and really guide you to build a personalized plan and a path forward for your recovery is game changing. I tell you all the time on the show, if I had had a recovery coach that was locking arms with me on my path to freedom, I probably would have gotten there a lot faster. And the reality is I took a lot of detours, I dealt with a lot of junk, and I still overcame, and that's okay. It doesn't matter which direction you go as long as you continue to look forward and you continue to build forward. And so working with someone who can provide that emotional support, who actually knows what they're doing, who will provide accountability and reduce that isolation for you in your life is going to be substantial because that is going to reinforce the belief that is inside of you. I love this because when you're connecting with recovered individuals who've overcome their own eating disorder, this is going to provide so much tangible proof for you that recovery is possible. In fact, it's like, well, wait, you're trying to have an argument as to why you're never going to recover. And you're trying to have an argument with yourself and your mind as to why it's not possible. But yet you're witnessing proof of the possibility. And that can actually create this dream in your heart and in your mind that's like, well, if she can do it, why can't I? So I want to encourage you today to armor up and work with someone. Embrace support. I used to push against this when I started the process of healing. I said, oh, I can do it by myself, or I've got it, or I can do this. I can do this. But sis, it is so important to work alongside somebody or to get that support from people in your circle that love you, that can help guide you. That accountability is going to help so much in providing a plan of attack for your journey, okay? So B is begin small. E is embrace support. L is learn and learn again. And I love this one. It is so important that you are equipped with educating yourself about successful recovery stories from others, about recovery truths. Literally binge the show. I have multiple episodes on the truths of recovery and the raw and the real and the challenges and the overcoming and the triumphs and the messy middle, because that is what you're going to need, are the real stories from people that have been there, and understanding that recovery is scientifically and clinically possible if you have that analytical brain where you're just so logic-based with research-backed statistics. This is going to build that reassurance for you, and it's going to give your brain some safety that leads to hope with belief. And that is just going to push you in the direction of freedom. I want you to learn and educate yourself and learn a little bit more and understand that right now, the reason why you might feel like you are doubting and you're in despair is just because your brain is searching for safety and it doesn't know that this change is going to be so positive for your life. It's just viewing it as being a harmful thing because it's not a normal thing for you right now. And that's okay. The unknown is scary, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. And so this will build belief for you. I is for imagine your future. Imagine your future. Imagine your freedom. When you visualize your recovery, when you practice imagining yourself fully recovered, your dream, you can almost taste, you can almost feel it. It is so achievable. And it actually doesn't matter in your mind, like for your brain, it does not matter if you've done something before or if you have visualized something before. There's scientific proof and research that says if you can visualize it, you can become it. If you can visualize it, you can be it. It becomes more familiar for your brain. And I want you to practice yourself, imagining yourself fully recovered. What does that look like? What does it feel like to be free? What does it feel like to go out to dinner with your husband on a date night and not look at the menu before? What does it feel like to not choose a salad? What does it feel like to go to a coffee shop with a friend and just be in her presence without thinking about how many calories are in your latte? Like, what does that feel like? These are the things that I want you to feel as you imagine your future freedom. This is going to help make recovery feel real, and it's going to set that belief in motion for you. Okay, so B is begin, E is embrace support, L is learn and learn again, I is imagine your future, and E is establish positive practices. It is all about challenging those negative Nancy thoughts that come in your mind on the regular and working on identifying and questioning them. Questioning those negative beliefs, that negative self-talk. Like, when did that come up for you? If you wouldn't say it to a friend or to your daughter or to your sister or to your mother, then why are you allowing those thoughts to sit into your mind and to trouble your life? Speak kinder. Show self-compassion. Start establishing small practices that are going to really build your belief that, wow, this is another step. I can begin again. I can do this. I can establish mindfulness. I can establish reframes. I can start small. So think about doing the opposite of what your mind has been telling you to do, as an example here. And then F in belief stands for focus on why. Focus on why. Sister, trust that your why is greater than your now. Trust that your why is bigger than your present reality. How about I want to recover because I want my core values to align with what I want for my life? How about I want to recover because I value my health and longevity of my life, and I have people to be here with, and I have things to do here and places to visit, and I can't be trapped in this anymore? How about I want to recover because I have a purpose here and I have meaning here, and I can't love on the people that I love the way I should because I have no energy right now? How about I want to recover because I want improved relationships and I want to know that my time spent here mattered and I want to leave a legacy? How about I want to recover because I want to trust and believe that God is faithful to his promises and he is for me, not against me? And if I want to build that faith and truly believe and surrender, then I need to be in alignment with those beliefs. Focus on why. Why do you want out of this place? Because this is going to help build that belief in your heart. Ask yourself, can I believe that there is something grander, that there is something greater on the other side of all this? Can I believe that there is something more for me than this? And if your answer is yes, you already have the belief you need right now to create the life that you want. The father of American psychology stated that belief creates actual fact. This was a quote from William James, and he says, belief creates actual fact. So when the enemy tries to steal your joy, sis, when the enemy tries to bring you doubt and discouragement this week, when the enemy tries to have you staring at your step count, giving yourself those shame thoughts, looking at your mirror and telling your body that you hate yourself, when the enemy tries to come into your life this week, I want you to lean in and I want you to remember these core fundamentals to step into belief of the possibility of healing. Begin small. Embrace support. Learn and learn again. Imagine freedom. Establish positive practices. And focus on why. You have the power to believe in the process, trusting that you might not know all the answers, but striving to figure them out along the way. I am so here for it, and I am so here for you. I am so thankful that you took time out of your week to listen to the show. I would love to bless you, and I would love for you to get our multiple week emails. If you're not on our listserv and you're not subscribed, go out to herbestself.co and get on our email list. I'd love to have you there and welcome you. And girl, if you are looking for someone to help you along your path to freedom, I have coaches on my team or also myself that would love to support you along your path. You can learn more of how we can partner together for you to actually incorporate these steps in tangible ways, like tools in a toolbox that are going to get you living your very best life. You can fill out a client application online at herbestself.co and I will meet you there. All right, girl, until next time. Bye for now. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.